All right, so this is an update to the last video I did. Working on a 2018 Honda Goldwing. It's the standard model without the trunk. If you watch the last video, it kind of goes more in depth about what we're talking about here. But just to recap, the goal is to install some lights to illuminate the inside of these saddlebags and have them come on automatically when you open the doors. So I found these little LEDs on Amazon. They're about 10 bucks each and they're pretty bright. And the first thing I wanted to test is does the circuitry illuminate the LEDs when it opens? And I verified that that is the case. And the other thing that's kind of important too is how much current they draw when they're on. And I used this digital volt ohm meter in series with the circuit that I'm planning to use and the LEDs to see how much current they draw. I'm going to go ahead and just press this button here and open it up, and you'll be able to see the lights come on. I don't have them installed yet, they're just sitting right here because I'm testing. But so now it's open, the two LEDs are illuminated, and down here at the digital volt ohm meter, you can see we are drawing almost 79 milliamps. That's really not much at all. The smart control unit on this motorcycle should easily be able to handle that. And I believe even if you have the tour model with the optional trunk light that also comes on when you open the trunk, you can have all three of these installed at the same time, and I wouldn't see any problem with that smart control unit being able to illuminate all three lights at the same time. But as you can see, those are pretty bright, and I think once we get those drilled and installed in there, it should be plenty of light for what we're trying to do. And I'll show you again inside the saddlebag. In case you didn't see the last video, Honda has this little square thing inside here. It looks like a little knockout where you could install something. My suspicion is that it is for a light, but like I said in the last video, I haven't found anything online anywhere that Honda offers that fits in that hole. So maybe it's not for a light, I don't really know, but I'm gonna put a light there because I can't think of anything else that is supposed to go there. So that's where I'm gonna put the light. One of the main things that's kind of tough on this bike is to run wires inside this saddlebag. And the other thing that some of you guys might be thinking is that how are we going to get to the back side of that to secure the LEDs? And the thing about it is, like, this whole little top piece here comes out. There's a screw here, a screw here, a screw right there, and a screw right there. A little JIS, also known as Phillips in the US, I guess. JIS is a little bit different, but it's essentially a Phillips head screw. You take those 4 screws out and you kind of have to monkey with it a little bit to get it out, but once you pop it down, the back side of where this is easy to get to. And the LEDs, I didn't show it before, but let me grab this. Sorry for the camera work. So I'm just going to close this because these are really bright. So the LEDs, if you notice, the body is threaded, and each LED comes with 2 of these little nuts, I guess you could say. And the way that the LED looks, you could just pretty much flush mount it, you know, in that panel, and just use one of these. Well, I probably lost that one forever. It's down there somewhere. So it comes with 2. I don't know if they mean for you to use both, but I think one would be sufficient to hold it in place, or you could put one on and then back it up with the other one so that it doesn't come loose. So my plan is to just basically take one of those grommets out, drill a little small hole in it, and run the wire through there. And I've also got some little quick disconnects that I'm going to use so that it's, you know, if I need to pull the LED or pull that panel out for whatever reason, it'll just disconnect right there. and be super easy, you know, as far as servicing the bike. So there's no like wires wrapped around things and to where you can't get something off and you have to cut the wire. You know, I like everything to be serviceable. So okay, so these are the two grommets that I was talking about. There's one on each saddlebag down in that little hole that I showed before. Basically, the way that I got these out, I'm just going to set these right here, is I use one of these. It's like a 6-inch long-ish pick tool. And basically, I'm not going to try to film down in that hole, but basically what I did was I just kind of got the pick tool underneath there and pried up, and it just popped out. And you can't really get your fingers down in the hole. So once it's popped up, you know, I just grabbed it with some long needle nose like this. You know, try to show you that. And then just kind of pulled it right on out of there. And now we have the two grommets. We can drill the two holes and run the wires through. All right, so you can see that I pulled my upper panel out on that one and on this one. And here are my two LEDs. They're just under 11 millimeters. If you use these, that might matter to you. If you're using something else, you'll have to figure out what size hole you're going to drill. But if you're using these LEDs, they're just under 11 millimeters, and a 7/16 inch drill bit will get you in the neighborhood there. It's about 11 millimeters, the 7/16 is. So I drilled a hole there, and I drilled the hole on the other side. And now I'm gonna mount the LEDs. All right, here you can see my two wires poking out. I'll try to get you a little view down inside there, if I can. So there you can see, hopefully, you see the grommet that's all nice and snapped in, and the split loom with the wire running straight through there. And then same thing on this side. So both of them are nice and sealed up. And down here you can see the LED, nice and flush, low profile. There's that side. And that side. To make it easy to disconnect for servicing the bike, I've got these little connectors that are kind of commonly used on like RC cars or trucks, or you know, remote control helicopters, airplanes, for like connecting the batteries and stuff. It's got like a keyed setup, so you can only plug it in one way, and we'll just have positive one side, negative the other, and then we'll be able to just plug it in on each side. And you can see this is how nice and clean it is when it's plugged in. It's like a friction fit. So I thought I had some fuse holders on hand, but I don't. But I'll just show you a little trick that I use sometimes. Basically just take two female spade terminals, and it's almost like perfect for a fuse, just to snap right in there. It's nice and tight, and it'll protect the circuit. I'll probably replace this with a proper fuse holder later on, but this will be good to just to get me going. Okay, just a quick look at these little connectors that I showed earlier. Basically, each one of these two, so this one here, you can see the wire going over that direction. That's for the left side of the bike. And this one that's going straight down is for the right side of the bike. And here you can see my fuse. Just basically temporary until I get an actual fuse holder with like a little cover that goes over the top of it. Okay, everything is done with the exception of reinstalling the seat. I left the seat off just for a moment here to show you. If any of you guys have ever had one of these seats off, you know kind of what it looks like. And you can look all around here, and you just about can't tell that I was even in here, with the exception of maybe my fingerprints everywhere. You can see the wire coming from the left side saddlebag making its way across down to there, but everything else is completely hidden and secured and safe. There's a fuse on the circuit. And then I'm gonna put the seat back on, and then I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like in the dark. Be right back. All right, here we go. Heading over to the bike. Got one little light on over here so I can see where I'm going, because it's really dark in the garage here. But here we go, press the first button. Bam, look at that. Nicely lit. You can see really good in there. No problem. Other side looks pretty much the same, guys. Here we go. It's a pretty nice color LED too. It says cool white. And I'll show you guys the little bag with the part number on it. Just give me 1 second. So here's the part number for the LEDs that I use. Flush mount LED bolt, made by osmium.com. Cool white. The body is aluminum, just like it says there. I think I mentioned earlier when we were drilling the holes that the hole size needs to be about 11 millimeters, and it's got a black housing. That's it, guys. This thing is done. Like I said before, I'd still like to find the female version of that plug so that we don't have to cut any wires, but I'd say that's working out real good. Even with the light on in the garage, I mean, it's still lit up really well. It kind of makes me want to put more lights on the bike now. Hopefully I don't end up like some of you guys with my bike looking like a Christmas tree at some point, but yeah, I'm liking this. Well worth the effort. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you watching. If I'm able to find those plugs and the part numbers for that stuff, I will post up another video, or maybe comment down below or something like that. So anyways, thanks for watching this. Hopefully some of you guys got something out of it. If nothing else, maybe you're entertained by me goofing around. So anyways, thanks a lot. Have a good one.